I'm Chase.
And I'm Timothy.
And this is Customer Service. Good morning, Vietnam. It's Thursday, November 6th here in Boulder, Colorado. I am dating the episode, but nonetheless, we are working ahead on this because Black Friday is right around the corner, and we want to maintain a consistent schedule for y'all. Timothy?
Working ahead. So we're doing a lot of podcasts in a row. And if you want to really tool us up, it's tell us that we have to be on video 100 days in a row.
Yeah, honestly. This is the third day in a row. No video tomorrow, but then 2 or 3 videos next week too. But, nonetheless, that's just what we're doing. And all things considered, our job rules. So I said that a million times.
It's not hard. It's just like us complaining about going to Japan. We know.
Yeah. We're just, and I was talking about it in the Discord with everybody last night. It's like, the travel sucks. But then, honestly, I'll be honest, we get there, you get into the hotel, and you get a nice shower, and you're like, nah, I'm cool. I'm good.
We just don't like change because we're fussy, like little babies.
Yeah.
That's
honestly,
the reality.
Yeah, honestly, the older I get, I'm just a baby, so.
You're the biggest baby, and then as soon as I complain about it too, and then you jump on, then I switch sides and say I don't want to be on that side anymore.
Yeah,
that's our whole dynamic.
Yeah. 2 things real quick. We have a list of pod questions here, and I sit down and it says future pod guests. These are the questions, right? And my answer to that was yes. In thinking we can get future on the pod is what I thought they meant.
So that's your answer? So you're coming out the gate swinging? Now, listen, we're going to try to get right into these because we asked and then you guys answered so much answers. So we're going to have to break this up into like 3 different, maybe 4 different things, which is fine, but we're going to do it. We're going to get through it. This will take us through November, I think.
Yes. But wait, you said you had some things to chit chat about first.
Yeah, and you did too. So why don't you go first because I want to go last before we start because I have something to debut.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
This is neither here nor there, but I think I've said it on the pod, and I wanted to say if I have said it before, then you guys just need to tell me. But this morning we're filming a video for the Black Friday content that we'll be pushing. Without giving anything away, I went to Travel's house this morning, so I had to go to Travel's house. I set something up, so he and I came into work after doing that. We got here about an hour after y'all. And I was chit-chatting with him, and I had said something about that's the type of dude that has like a lip ring and lives in Florida and maybe rips cigs inside. I was talking about a kid that we used to play Fortnite with back in the day, and he was like really good at Fortnite. So we got to chat, and I said
the Fortnite demographic you just described. It
well, this would have been like 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Nonetheless, the point being is this. I said, Trouble, you don't remember smoking sections. Have we talked smoking sections on the pod?
Seems weird that it wouldn't come up throughout the years, and I just talked.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. I keep moving my mind.
Go ahead. Talk about the smoking section. I was just telling Bob that we would often do birthday parties in the smoking section of the Pizza Hut back home. It was in the glass dome, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in the front. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting because our Arby's had a glass dome.
Yeah, we had a Wendy's with one too.
Yeah,
it was a popular style.
I think you're right. I think it was just of that time because we also had a Perkins that had a glass dome.
Yeah, they were just strapping these things to every single one. Yeah, that looks great, right?
That's a really good outfit. Yep. We got a model in and
then just kind of do it up however makes you feel good, how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Shake around a little bit.
We're gonna have to do that a couple times throughout this, just so people know that we have to. We did styling, but then we didn't see it on the model before we got on, so we're just gonna have to give them the good to go.
Yeah, but Cole, you remember smoking sections, or are you too young?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I remember like bits and pieces. I think my generation was like when they were like, we got to get this shit.
I mean, maybe you could look it up like when it was officially banned, but like I remember when
it got banned a little later where we're from. I bet that was a little bit of a fight.
I'm sure that, and I'm sure where I'm from and where you're from, there might be a couple of mom pop shops where you're still smoking inside.
Bars for sure.
Yeah.
And like some bars were even just paying the fines. They didn't care. Yeah. And then the other one is Waffle House. I don't think.
They don't.
I think they're just like, send the cops.
Fight about it.
Yeah, send the cops. What are they going to do?
Because it was just funny because I like to talk about the differences in experience with our younger staff because I'm 32, but like thinking back to their age is 1/3 of my life ago. You know what I mean? And high school is almost half my life ago, which is crazy to consider. And just thinking about like the differences that I've experienced in just the last 10 years 10 years ago, there were children, I can't remember. So yeah, you'd walk in, the host would be like, smoking or non-smoking. And oftentimes like the mall, there was nothing separating it. It was just these chairs were over here and you could smoke. And then these chairs were over here, you couldn't smoke. But like, it wasn't more 20 feet away and there wasn't something separating.
Yeah, there's nothing going on.
It was just so that was cool.
They didn't know the science of smoke, I think, is the issue. They're just like, I'll stay over in that. And now, it certainly won't linger.
and now, however many years post smoking ban, it's mind blowing that you could smoke inside a restaurant ever. But you just could.
The thing is, every time you would do it, it would be like, this isn't what I want it to be. Honestly, I think I like going outside.
Did you experience smoking inside a
Well,
restaurant?
there was like a bar in my college town that you could smoke inside, and,
cool.
they served food, so we would eat and drink there a lot.
Yeah,
smoke inside, and it was no big deal, and no one ever thought about it. But to be honest with you, it was like, it wasn't what it was cracked up to. You just were like, I'd rather go outside.
Yeah.
It's like that's the habit of it. I needed to be able to step away. That was like most of it for me.
Yeah, like the ritual of going outside.
Yep. Or being at a party and being like, well, I'm going to get out of here, but I won't leave the party. I'll still be very much part of it and talk to people, but I don't need to be in the mix.
Yeah.
I agree. And I've always found a place with the cigarette smokers. That's where I liked to hang out. Those were the crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked, you know what I like? You're at a show, and I'm specifically thinking for any Midwesterners. This is a venue I think you played. Now That's Class.
Yeah.
It's a like a shotgun bar. Is that the term when they're long?
I don't know, but it's when the bar and venue are basically the same thing, and it's all one long hallway.
This was you'd walk in, and it was like a long, narrow thing that had the bar, and then where you'd set up the merch tables, and then you'd walk through a door that had an equal-sized room that had the show space.
Is that the place no doors on the bathroom?
I don't know, man.
I don't know. There was one in Ohio we would go to that had no doors on the bathroom. It was a lot. It was a lot
feels
to take
like
in.
that
You could just see everything.
Yeah.
It feels like that would have been it. Admittedly, I've never peed. I don't pee at shows. I'm too anxious. I've been piss maxing before it became cool.
I can understand at like clubs, you know what I mean? But like at venues, they're nice. The bathrooms are like at a movie theater.
I'll be honest with you. At that point in my life, I probably walked around the corner and peed behind a car or something. You know what I mean? Like,
why is that better to you?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, we don't need to.
I really don't. I love peeing outside though. But nonetheless, I'm thinking you're going to that show. You go see the band. You come out and you hang out in between and you walk out and right when you walk out and you smell that smoke and it's cold and it's the people who weren't inside for the show because they were too cool and you're like, oh, what's up? And you chit chat with them. That's cool. So that's all that I had to say in way of contributions. Outside of, I did rewatch the Chris Fleming Hell special. So shout out my buddy Nico. I don't know if he listens to the pod or not, but he lives in Chicago. He just informed me he went to the filming of Chris Fleming's new special. It was being filmed in Chicago over like 2 or 3 nights. Said it was really funny. You've been showing me clips, and Caleb Heron just had his special. So I listened to his episode of the pod with Chris Fleming, and I'm in this new niche now. I found this niche that I really enjoy, which I know is right up your guys' alley. But I love Chris Fleming, and I just wanted to just literally say, if anybody hasn't watched that special, you should.
It's really good.
You know his bit about the crows?
Yeah.
He talks about the birds, and he goes, I'm not talking about the crows, and he just fucking goes on it.
Yeah. You really got to like keep up with him, you know what I mean? Which is kind of hard.
You can't, it's not like, you're not going to have any like super hard laughs taking it in passively.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is his mannerisms.
You're kind of on the highway with him. Like he can't stop until it's over, until you get to the location, you know?
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of ride with it. It's
you
good.
are on the highway with it. Yeah.
I have something. I feel like maybe sometimes I give you a hard time about football. You know what I mean? And I like to do that. Yeah, and I want to continue to do that. But I felt like I needed to even things out a little bit to buy myself some extra space.
Yeah.
So I purchased you a gift. This is a gift that I made. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a gift I made. Okay.
Yeah.
I wrapped it up nice for you, and I wrote it like you.
He did good script.
Show the camera, so I wrote it like he does.
He wrote it like me.
It's just regular, like school cursive.
Wow, he taped it up on the ice and
I just
wrapped
felt
it.
you needed something to really help you enjoy the sport more.
Wait, this is tight. No way, dude. Wait, hold on.
Hold on. I need you to
Excuse
get
me.
it all the way out so it can be seen.
I am gonna stand up for this because
Yeah, that's fine. Just we got to make sure it's on camera because I want you to
move.
check that out.
Dude.
Check out the front.
Wait, that's so sick. It's an Ashtabula football jersey.
Yeah.
And the number is 420.
Number's 420.
And the name is Cheddar.
Yep. Look at that.
Yo, Timbo.
2XL.
Here, Chase, lower it a little bit.
It's tight.
right in front of
You
the.
can see.
Yeah, there you go.
You like that
that
gift
shit,
I got? Yeah.
You
Yeah.
knew about this?
I told her about it, yeah.
Oh my
Because I was
god.
looking for the package.
Timbo.
Yeah.
Legitimately, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
It's tight.
As you know, I'm very ritual based with
Yeah.
my football.
Yeah.
So not only do one of my stipulations is I need to shower before I start watching football on Sundays because I like to come in clean to the experience.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And then so I say, I'm going to even this out because I maybe go too hard. And then it's literally like you come and you put a ball on a tee for me and go, I'm just going to throw this out here randomly.
And I know.
What is wrong with you?
I know that's fucking crazy.
I want to come in clean to the experience. You're the weirdest guy I've ever met in my life.
I said that, and Abby happened to be walking.
Even
by
Abby,
the door.
if it throws Abby back, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, dude. If it
God, I think you blew my hair back with that
Timbo,
sentence.
thank you so much
Yeah.
for the football jersey. I will wear it.
Yeah.
Part of what I was saying is it will be my Sunday uniform now.
Yeah.
I will wear it forever.
Yeah.
There will not be another football jersey.
Abby said it was a mistake because they don't normally have 3 numbers. I said, well, the only other choice was 69, so
Yeah.
I felt
No.
420 was better.
420 bangs. 420 is tight.
I had to pay extra for all of these little individual things I added, but I was like, no, I can't compromise.
Oh my God. Thank you, Timbo. This is seriously so sick. Everybody in the Discord will see something Sunday. I'll cook up my fits on every Sunday.
Yeah, I need to see at least one fit pick with it. Hopefully 2XL is large enough. They did go up to 5XL. I debated it as a joke. And I was like, then
I
you might
would have
not
worn
wear
it.
it.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
worn it. It's literally the Visvim jacket.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's very fun.
Yeah.
I'm legitimately very excited.
It kind of looked like it would be like corn merch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. Okay. All right, let's get into hot takes.
Wait, real quick. For an indoor soccer team I played for, speaking of 3 digits, my number was -13 one season. It killed. It was good comedy, but I also had a really great indoor season that year.
One time in indoor soccer, my friend shoot. Well, I can't say his name. I'm just realizing because I can't dox him, and that would be the whole bit. Anyway, he put on his name lined up with the name of a guy who got in trouble for like kids stuff. You know what I mean? Like a celebrity.
Okay.
He didn't mean for it to look that way, but that's how it reads.
Yeah.
And then the information came out, and he couldn't change the thing because you only print those shirts before. And then it was like he was trying. He like duct taped it off, and they told him he couldn't duct tape it off. So anyway, it's not that funny. It was a little bit funny.
Yeah.
All right. Should we get into it?
Yeah, we'll hit into
Okay.
hot takes. What we'll do is I'll just go straight through it. We don't have any names on here, so no doxing on Discord. And you guys maybe just quick, be like, do you fuck with it? Do you not fuck with it? Maybe quick reason why you don't or not.
Yeah.
And then
we'll keep it moving the best we can, and we'll get through all of them.
Yeah. Okay, sweet guys.
Hit us with the hot takes.
First one, Blunt Stones. Guy said, worst looking little boot ever. Why do people like them? Look like a little wetsuit booty. No chunk, little pull tab, Doc Martin looking so little and slim, probably on Amazon. And then also, I don't like the look of little ass loafers with wide ass bands. So he kind of threw a little stray there.
You know who
too.
said that, right?
Yeah, I know who
was
said
Coop,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. You just said we're not supposed to talk to anyone on it. Immediately do it.
Well, it's Cooper. It's fine.
I immediately have a story I have to wrap up because I can't say the name. We say we can't say the thing, and then you immediately say it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Just a real strong start to this one.
Dude. So we're responding to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna say how you feel. I'll start. I'm sort of with this, to be honest with you. Now I know the comfort level of them and understand if you break them in, they feel really good. I admittedly don't love the look of them, but I don't know if that's because it's been so adopted by like tech people who like want to be seen as crunchy, so they like wear that with their skinny pants, and I don't like that look at all. I don't know. I agree with it. I don't love the shoe on. I don't like the double pull tabs is too much, but I understand why they exist.
Yeah.
I don't like them, but I guess I don't have like a strong reason why, and I don't find them like repulsive. But I do just think there's like a lot of better options.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair statement. The you got a lot of better options. I personally disagree with this statement. I like the Blundstones visually. I like them. While they're not a terribly chunky boot, I also wouldn't consider them low profile either. The toe is structured, so they do keep that like rounded toe. My problem with Blundstones is not the aesthetic at all. As I've said before, they are what would be like the way it's a sweatsuit for my feet. It's like when wrestlers in high school need to lose weight and they wear garbage bags and drink water so they throw up and shit. Yeah. That's like what it does to my feet. My feet cook and it's unbearable for those in my life.
There is a tight, narrow fittedness to them that I think is probably on purpose for whatever reason I don't care
they
about.
Don't breathe.
But on top of it, I mean, he's right. It has like I don't know, he says like, I was thinking they always feel like they're like neoprene or something. You know what I mean? There's just
the neoprene.
Know. They don't work for me personally, but I would have never been tempted by that thing. Cause at that point, just get a Chelsea of some kind. If that's your whole bit.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's only look good on like, it's a specific, you got to do a specific bit to make it work. I think they can work 100%.
Yes. But Chelsea's are a little harder to style than most other boots.
The Visvums we have are really like bulky, and I used to have a pair of Fights that were really bulky versions of that thing. That makes it a lot easier for me to pull off, in my opinion, than like like a pair of YSLs or something nuts. I think that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
That being said, I do think there's people that do it, and I think it looks cool, but it's just a specific, it's a very slender profile that I think can make things a little tough.
Yeah.
Cole inherited mine, and I love when you wear them. And again, I still like how they look.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's making me think. I really like the shoe silhouette. So everything's exactly the same, but it's just a shoe. And if I remember correctly, the elastic is like the little notch is just a little smaller. So I don't know.
What you're talking about.
But I like them. I disagree. I understand what he's saying by it looking like a wetsuit. But I like them. I think
I just wouldn't wear them, but I don't find them offensive, I guess is probably where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think that's a fair line.
I do think that if you wanted that thing, you could probably find a cooler one that's similar price because they've gotten more expensive over the years and stuff. I don't know. It doesn't really. I don't find them any one direction to have
they're like
take on it, I suppose.
They're like I think they're like $250 now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
and it's like for a boot you can't even resole, and like I've tried to get warranty claims on it and they didn't go fuck. They're like sucks to suck, dude.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just sort of warm on this. It's a warm take.
Yeah.
That good?
Okay.
All right.
Next one. Sizing. Why does Canoe Club and other brands do not do size charts? Is it a return liability thing? Is it because size is a social institution and that rules are meant to be broken?
Well, I think that we've answered this a lot throughout the years.
I'm happy to handle this because I literally typed out a long response to some dude in our Instagram.
Listen, you know what? Here, I'll save you. I'll do this. I'll handle it. At the same time, I'm also telling you, we're trying to work it in. You have to remember, I think that there's pros sometimes and then there's cons. The main bullet point reason we don't is that, or we haven't, is because there is a return liability to it. For example, people will say, oh, this was off by a quarter inch or blah, blah, blah. And I can totally hear that as a valid point. But the problem is there's many of these made. We work with smaller craftsmen and smaller businesses. This isn't like mass produced stuff out of China.
Yeah.
So there is variance. There's also variance inside of fabric. You know what I mean? Sometimes fabric comes out a little thinner this season than last season, and that might change how it's fitting or how it's wearing. And there's these little nuanced things that really do change the fit by a little bit.
What dye? How many times was that dye washed? And then like you said, season to season. Like we've seen even with Orslo, variances in the color of the green, and the fabric does have a slightly different hand. So all of those little things are just a small percentage of things.
And that'll happen inside of one size. So a size 3 might, if you measure 10, 12 size 3s, there's going to be some light variance that happens inside of those.
Yeah, and if you get some Alden guys on the website and they're shopping for some jeans, and that, I'm not even just being shitty, I'm being like legitimate. Like when we do our
someone
bit,
who is really particular, listen, that's our customer. We're used to dealing
we
with very
understand that,
particular
and
people.
I'm more just doing a bit. But
That's sort of the problem, though, because we deal with a very particular customer. We're not allowed to be off by a little bit, but there's no other way. We can't measure every single one and be like, here's an individual measurement for every single item like it's eBay.
And then what you'll get is somebody will own the item for a week. They'll have it days after the return window has closed and it's been worn. And then what they'll do is they'll decide whether it's legitimate or not. They will decide, oh, something fell off after I wore it for 9 times. So I measured the waist and your guys' size chart was off by a 1/4 inch. And for that reason, I think that I should be able to return used product for a discount, and you have to work outside the system because what you gave me was incorrect and led me to make a purchase I wouldn't have made otherwise, which is we all know is bullshit, but it will get weaponized against you 100%.
And we're not trying to like make rules around the customers who misbehave the most. In fact, this is a thing that we do all the time is we make rules around who's being best, who's acting, the customers that are doing things by the book and helping us and being, communicative and doing everything we can so that we can like bend rules here and there and do things to be helpful when we can, because we want to make it the best experience for you, not anything else. I mean, what else are we doing,
Yeah.
Exactly.
But we also have to you have to remember, maybe you're a great customer who shops with us a lot and you listen to this and you hear all this. You're probably not who we're talking about. We're talking about someone that has shopped one time with us out of nowhere, found it on Google, ordered this thing, is being particular and is making it more and more difficult and then that kind of can punish the best customers, which we understand.
Yeah.
So we are actively working on ways currently to implement at least like sizing scales that give you the variance that would be on our most popular items. Now, the second part, and I know that they're just calling back to the James Coward website that says the sizes social institution or whatever, which technically I kind of fully believe in because it doesn't.
I wholly believe in.
Because I can find a reason to buy this jacket in a smaller size or a bigger size, and I just wear it differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that is the reality. The secondary thing is like we're all very familiar with like Capital, for example. Capital sizing, if I measure that, you're gonna look at it and go, this doesn't make any sense. This would never fit me. But the reality is if you just put it on, it does fit you. That is the correct size.
Yes. Like think about the Bones tees.
Yeah.
They come from year to year. They either come in size 1 or 3, which 1 is going to be big, 3 is going to be bigger, or they're going to be size F, which is free, which means they're one size fits all. They're big. The pit to pit on those
like
means
32
literally
inches.
nothing.
Yeah.
That means nothing to you.
Yeah.
But
You look at it on your body and the way it hangs on you, that's the correct way. That's how it's meant to fit. It looks
exactly,
good.
exactly. But the pit doesn't tell you anything. And so I think what you were getting at too is talk to us.
Yeah.
We are humans
Yeah.
who know the product, have been carrying the product for a long time. We've made ourselves available, and I'm literally going to bullet point them. We have a CS phone that you can call and or text on. You can find us in Discord. You can literally call the store. You can email me or customer service or Timothy, or you can email anybody. You can find...
Don't email me.
Yeah, don't email Timothy.
Not too many in
YouTube
there.
comments. I'm missing an avenue.
You can DM.
We
you
do,
can DM on Instagram,
Yeah.
YouTube, Patreon,
the
etc.
longest you could possibly
live
have
chat on
to
the
wait
website.
is the time when we leave at 6:30 to the time we get back in from 9:30 to 10. That's
Yep.
about the longest possible wait time you'd have. And
Yes.
if you're having a longer time, that means something is wrong. Contact Chase directly. We'll make sure it gets handled.
And how many, literally hundreds of times and I'm asking this question to you more rhetorically, but how many times has somebody been like, hey, I'm shopping for my husband, or I'm shopping for my boyfriend or wife or whatever. They're about 5'11", X amount of pounds. What do you think? And you'll say, oh shit, well, Drew on staff or Chase on staff or somebody on staff, they're about that size. Let me just throw the garment on and I'll shoot you a picture.
Because that's where the social institution does matter. Because
Yes.
what one person might view on him, as you guys know this 100% if you've listened to this podcast for any amount of time,
Size up.
is he's going to say size up to the biggest size because that's the way he wears his clothes. And proportionally, he puts it on with his shit and his other pants and the way he wears shoes. And then it all makes sense together. But realistically, he's at least buying a size too big for him if you just go on paper measurements.
Yeah,
You know what I
totally.
mean? So if they try to, he's going to tell you buy the XL, but the person that wants to buy it for their partner might go, well, he wears things a little closer to the chest, so the size down is better. So this is what I mean. It's just, we'd rather give you more customer service than, quite frankly, the brush off of there's measurements you figured out yourself. We don't want
Yes.
that to be the situation.
I agree.
And we have to, we are not a big team, kind of on purpose. We want this to be a smaller team. We want everyone to really know everything and, become a bigger part of it. So we keep a smaller team on purpose. It would be easier for me to hire twice as many people, all lower wage, all these things. And I just go, just handle all these things. But the reality is you're not going to be as endeared to the people. The people are going to come and go faster that way. It's not what we want to do. It's not how we want to run things. So we run it this way. And then we have to make some concessions sometimes, doing measurements for every single garment, especially as you see, like we brought in an Orally piece the other day. I don't think it lasted 1 hour before it was sold out. And you can't, I don't know which pieces are going to do that and which ones aren't. This is going to make it a slower time to get online. People are used to us getting online things pretty much as soon as
Speed to market is very important for us. If you don't know that and haven't heard us say it many times on here, speed to market is something that we decided on years ago. When shit comes in this door, we work hard to get it out and on the website as quickly as we can.
Because we know you're as excited to see it as we are. And you're probably hearing about us talk about it on the pod or seeing it in the Discord or whatever. So for all these reasons, it's just we can do one thing or the other thing, and we just choose to do it this way for now. We're trying to implement it where we can or where we feel there is consistency, that we feel comfortable to live inside. And look, and if this was a much bigger company as we grow, we'll probably do measurements. We'll make sure everything has an on body. We'll do all these things as we can like afford it time wise or financially or whatever it is. But we want to grow like the personal touch, customer service, dealing with real people. That's our first and foremost.
I was going to say that's how we've addressed everything else we do internally and externally. So in regards to measurement and offering you like a one-on-one tailored customer service experience, like that's what we expect to give you. That's what we're already planning.
And also, if you're a person, we're perfectly fine with it. If you're a person who's like, I don't want to talk to people on the phone, it's a whole thing, or I'm not like that kind of person, I'm not super talkative, or if I'm awkward or what, great, man, that's fine. We don't care. Text us. That's why we added a text.
Yeah.
So to call to the customer service number, just text it and say, hey, can I grab measurements on this? And then it goes to a text message. We answer it as quickly as we can, as long as it's during hours, it's getting done. Yep. So we'll continue to try to be better, no question. But also, I'm just trying to answer thoroughly too, because this comes up a lot. So don't take this as if I care this much. This is just what we do.
No, it's a question we've gotten for years and years and years. And
I'm just trying to cover all the bases on the reasoning because people ask, and I'm just we're trying to make sure that we answer because we're transparent about whatever. So all right, let's move on.
Age. Dressing for your age doesn't exist.
I don't necessarily agree.
What is the take that they have? Is it dressing for age doesn't exist? Oh, they're saying so like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter how old you are to dress how you want. And I would say I both agree and disagree. If I can be completely honest.
Disagree, but here's the reasoning. It's not. I think you're right. I agree and disagree. Mm-hmm. I agree with it in that, like, of course, you know what I mean. Of course, anybody can do anything. You know what I mean. The problem is that's within like your knowledge of what you're doing, if that makes sense. You know what I mean. If you are very aware of like a trend and you think you can do it in your way, and you're a little older, or in a lot of cases too young, because I think sometimes like if these guys are like 20 and like don't have like a real some office job where it's required and wearing suits and stuff. I'm like, well, you're wearing a costume. That's like a different thing. If it's your thing, I'm not going to poo-poo it, but it is a little, it looks a little weird. You know what I mean? That is the reality. Yeah. And it certainly doesn't, sometimes it feels like you're wearing somebody else's style, not your own. Mm-hmm. If you can freak it, then you're not even listening to this podcast probably. So, do your own thing. But, I don't know. I think that the answer is yes, if you are maybe educated enough and care about this stuff enough to know what works and doesn't work for you. Yeah. It depends on how good your barometer for like self is. I think
I agree. It depends on your self-awareness and if you got flavor or not. Like frankly, some people got it and some people don't, and that's fine. I don't have the flavor. That's why I wear like the same 6 things daily and switch them out with things that look exactly the same. Yeah. But like my mind goes to this. There's this Steve Buscemi meme of "Hello, fellow kids," and he's got the skateboard slung over. He's all grabbing a skateboard over his shoulder. Yeah. And like you run the risk of looking like that. But then on the same side of that coin, though, I think back we were in Japan and we saw like an old lady in like a Supreme flat bill and baggy ass pants and shit. I was like, no, like that's her shit. She's not fucking around, and that looks cool on her.
It looks it looks and feel. I think that here's the reality. If you're doing it, like let's just use an older as the example of this. But if you're doing this as an older person trying to appear younger or trying to fit in with the younger crowd, I don't think you should ever be dressing for other people. You should dress for yourself. Yeah. If you like it and it's just your flavor and you're just doing your thing and your kit,
that will show.
That'll show. That will show. You know what I mean? If it's true. You know what I mean? That's the reality. If you're trying to have it be so that people go, that's cool, I just wouldn't do that. I would never do that, period, end of sentence.
Well, no, I was going to say too, if you're, and what we're getting at here is like, as you get older, the assumption is there's a certain way you should dress or you should not dress like you did when you were juvenile. But if you're an older person who has the flavor again, you don't need anybody to tell you you've already got it and you're good. But if you're trying to like assimilate and shit, that's gonna show. It's gonna feel phony.
I think that a lot of this is also like
This guy looks so cool every time, by the way.
yeah. I mean, he's doing his own thing.
He's cool. It looks like that every day.
I think that you need to enjoy the different seasons of your life. You're not going to be one thing forever. That's so goddamn boring. And I don't understand, especially in menswear, why guys want to do that of like, I'm going to dress one way always. And they're like, for 40 years, you're going to dress the same way. Why? You'll be different. I'm different than I was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? And like my hobbies are different. How I spend my time is different. The people in my life are different. The things I do are different. I mean, change your clothes to accommodate. If you've got style, that'll always kind of be there and you'll do it a certain way.
Yeah.
So just look forward to the fact that like when you're older, you're probably going to want loungier stuff because it's more comfortable and your body aches more. I mean, think of like me in my 30s versus me in my 20s. My body will like randomly hurt and I'm like, I don't know what I was doing. You know what I mean? So like just enjoy that. Like that'll be a different like thing for you. You know, your activities will be different. Like the things you feel comfortable in, the things that you look to for inspiration will change. Just if you're into clothes, you'll always be into clothes. And then it should, because of that, it should reflect in whatever you're doing.
Yeah. And then there's also like the underlying assumption that you're being judged or something.
Yeah.
And while I do think that also is a factor to take into account, like, if you don't give a shit and you're just presenting yourself how you feel good, then again, just do that and that'll show. But like, there's also like, maybe if you're an older dude, maybe you don't have like a crazy mohawk and wear all the colors in your closet. Like, because I just think, unfortunately, we're living in a reality and people are going to treat you differently or are going to have an initial assumption if you're 68 with a yellow mohawk and bright colors, people are just going to assume something. Maybe it's what you're wanting to give off or otherwise, you know? So like, I don't know, do your thing. If you feel good in it, that's literally all that matters. So I think for me, that's the overarching thing is like, if you feel comfortable and you feel good, do what you want. Who gives a shit? It literally doesn't matter.
Just trust your taste.
Yeah.
Develop your taste and trust your taste and then you're fine. Hey, cool. Can we shut that garage door? Because we got leaves goddamn everywhere.
Damn. I was wondering.
Can I go to the next one? I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll do the next one.
Vintage. The best fits have at least a little bit of vintage in them.
I think, I'm 100% on this. I love vintage. Mostly, but here's what it really is, because I think you'll agree with this version of the take, is that no one looks cool in a bunch of brand new clothes.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So the reality of me liking vintage is in like it fast forwards the process.
Yeah, I get you.
And it looks less, even if you have like a brand new blazer on and you got old jeans, then it's sort of like, oh, cool, there's like a balance happening where it doesn't feel like everything is like fussy. You know what I mean?
No,
so that's why I agree with the take, because I like vintage. I know you're not as big of a vintage guy, but I think that's because you're more afraid to dip a toe or don't know where to begin.
I was just going to say, I like vintage, and I gave Cole that LL Bean flannel you gave me a long time ago. Cole now has inherited that, and then at some point during COVID, I purchased a vintage fishtail from some kid Mishan knew for $25 or something. And so that's the only vintage piece I have, but I love it. Also, what's nice about vintage is you kind of rip the Band-Aid off, and so you're going to treat it less preciously because it's already kind of fucked up and pilled and worn and stretched and imperfect. In like, I hate all new clothes. As much as I like to get new shit, that's why I'll wear it over the weekend. Watching football, I'll lay around the house in new pants because I hate. One time I got off the bus from the airport and I had a new pair of white shoes, and a guy waiting to get on the bus was like, "Those are way too white," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I look like a fucking dork." You're like, they're blindingly white. You know what I mean? So like, new stuff is not my thing. I feel more comfortable in the worn things.
Yeah.
So I think both of our answer is yes, in different ways, but it's definitely just like, you've nailed it in that I hate the fussiness. That's why I always get new stuff and it sits in my closet forever.
Yeah.
Because I don't wear it at home, and because I don't know. I don't know why. It's a little bit of a delayed thing that I'm into.
Come on in here. Let me get a look.
Do you think the layers work?
Can you pop that jacket off for me real quick?
Will you do this? If you get that close enough, I think it looks cool. You know what I mean? But I think that the levels of it are a little weird.
Yeah.
I love it without the jacket. I think
jacket.
It's really cool.
Nix the jacket and maybe unbutton that top button on that flannel. But other than that, I think this is money.
I love this. Still
cool.
make this the main, but then
Yeah.
maybe if you need the jacket portion, or if you want him to have it do something
You can
different.
pop the sweater off, put the jacket back on, and just get the details that way or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it all works. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, cool.
You look great.
Cool.
One of our best models.
We love Andre.
Yeah, we love Andre. So yes, vintage shit's cool.
Yeah.
Do you think that you act different in new clothes? Because I feel like I'll do weird shit in trying to not fuck up new clothes. Like if I'm wearing it out to dinner or something, and be like, as much as I want to get it worn and moving it, I don't want to spill shit on it. But I feel like I make weird decisions when I end up making more of a mess.
The way I do it is I just, at bare minimum, I wash the item right away, even if it's not really supposed to be, or I'll do it by hand, or I'll do something to get that thing doing something.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a sweater or something like that. Obviously, that's different. But everything else, I just try to like get dealt with,
Yeah,
or
no.
like alter it right away, or do something that make it my own. And
Yeah.
then I'll actually use it.
I feel
faster.
you. That's cool.
But that's my main reason for liking vintage. I would say is that if it's vintage, that's the one thing I'll take out and I'll wear the next day.
What shoes you got on? Yeah, because I know you like to buy. You bought the piped loafers from somebody in our Discord,
Because they were used.
and they're already worn, and those are like one of your favorite pairs.
I have
because they're just
an
already
off-white pair of
broken in.
these, and I have two pairs of these, and they're in different phases of broken
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
so that's good.
Yeah.
The off-white ones are, I just don't wear them enough to get them broken in to where I like them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I never
So
wear
you
them.
just never wear them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I need somebody to either wear them or like run them over with a car a couple times, then I'd be ready to go.
Totally.
Yeah, dude. Hey, real quick before we move on to the next question, I wanted to too. Remember how the other day you were talking about how you had the realization you could put warm shit in the hydro flask?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't do this today. I didn't put warm shit in it. But what I did do, Cole, this is for you, is
Okay.
fill it up with water and put one of my packets of barley tea right when I woke up. Then I got here, took the barley tea out. I got a whole ass thing of barley tea for the day. I'm on that wave now, dude. This is a fun thing. I'm like stoked on.
I left mine at home this morning. I fucked up, but it'll still be warm when I get home. So I'll crush it then.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It'll
That's
still be
true.
warm. Yeah.
Yep. All right, move it along.
Okay, Shishiko. Cool.
Sashiko.
We're making terrible time.
Shishiko. Sashiko. Wait, say that again.
Sashiko.
Shishiko.
Sashiko.
Shishiko.
Sashiko.
Sashiko.
I'm not trying to be
I think you're
offensive,
getting
people.
shishito.
Shish.
Shishito peppers.
Okay, we'll just move on.
Yeah.
We'll move on.
A great way, a shishito
Cool.
pepper, a great way to ruin dinner when you're eating
No,
them.
not true.
And you're loving them. You're like, oh, these are great. These are great. These are great. And then you get one that's like, what the fuck? Why is this one so nasty?
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, my mouth, I can't taste anything for the rest. It's always,
Yeah.
there's always one in there that's weird.
They're
Cool.
so
I'll
good,
buy
though.
that yakitori grill or whatever, and we can
Yeah.
make shishito peppers.
I
Okay.
really don't think you need that to make those. You can
But
just
don't
get
you?
those-
You want to char them though, right?
You
I
can do
guess
that.
you could do that on
char
the
'em
stove
pretty
top.
much any, yeah.
Yeah, you can do it.
They'll still do it.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't do this.
Cool stitching and embroidery methods like Shishito and Kantha will continue to really increase in popularity. Good! Exclamation point.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. We used to have we've had a handful of books throughout Canoe Club's time. One was called Mending Matters, and then I think there was another like straight Sashiko one. I love it. I think it's really cool. I like when people in our community will do it. I have a Visvim Sport that wool vest,
Mm-hmm.
from like years ago.
Mhm.
And I had a moth, or I had something chew through the corner of a pocket, and I sent it out to Dibs, and he whipped it up all cool. And
Yeah.
I love it. Every time I wear it, I like literally would look at it. I love hand done repairs.
Is that where we're talking? Is it like, is the question more about like,
I think it's just like exactly
repairs and, like,
repairs, or maybe
well,
like
I think a lot of people
clothing that
have
has
been
a-
buying nicer things, and then
Yeah.
because of that, will repair them when need
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just probably, to be honest with you, in a lot of cases, haven't hit that point where they need to repair them yet.
Yeah.
You know, that this like wave of guys that got into this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like, yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll probably. Why not? You want to keep that stuff nice. It's worth saving. So that I think that certainly helps. If
Yeah.
it's talking more about like, like
Like Sashiko fabrics.
or like
like
century denim and stuff like that. That sort of stuff goes in and out of popularity
Yeah.
always, but it kind of always has been depending on when you entered this. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that kind of look will ebb and flow, but of course it does because it's been going on
Yeah.
forever. So
Yeah.
Like
I would
Bardot and
mildly
stuff.
disagree if that's the thing, but otherwise, yeah, of course. I just think that because people have bought nicer things, we're gonna take care of them longer.
Yeah.
You know,
and we're
Yeah,
pro
no, I
that.
love it.
we've got to wear them enough now.
Yeah,
we ever get some wide ass century denims, I'd love to buy a pair.
Oh.
I just need the
me too.
wider silhouette. You know,
They're such a bitch to break in, but then
I know,
once
I
they
know.
turn the corner, it's really
Yeah.
so
'cause
cool.
I had a pair that I had all redone and
Oh, for
everything.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Icky.
So cool.
Used to do that.
Shout out Icky.
He's gonna wash it like 80 times. Hate this one. Sandals. Hate sandals on men. This includes Birkenstocks.
I disagree.
Yeah, shut up.
This just is like a foot
Shut
freak.
up.
Yeah. I mean, if you got things where you don't like having your hogs out, that's on you, baby. But you got to free them. It's good in the summer.
Me too.
I
love an
used to be
open-toed-
that guy.
I mean, and as a big Row fan, I love an open-toed sandal with something a little more formal. Even I
Yeah.
think there's something a little like fuck you about it too, which
I
is
agree.
nice.
That's what's
Totally,
cool about
yeah.
it.
And knowing that there's people, I know this is, we have no venom for this stuff because I
Yeah.
care less. But the sandal aspect, I know people don't like them or whatever, and that's fine. But like, I also think it's like it's so who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those
nice.
things where, like,
But
calling back.
why is it only with guys that it matters?
No, it's
cares?
leftover from the boot denim era.
Oh, you think?
Respectfully, I would bet that this person participated in the boot era. There'd be. I highly doubt they didn't. It's like I feel like that was something that it was like gentlemen need to wear a white T-shirt tucked into their crisp jeans. And they
Gentlemen
need
never
to
show
roll,
their toes.
and they need to
Totally.
roll their sleeves. And
Yeah.
goddamn, will a gentleman have their feet out in public? And
Yeah.
I just
I don't like you saying gentlemen. For
You
some
know
reason.
that's how they're typing
I
on their
know, I
blog,
know,
though.
yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
It's like,
and so that's all it is. It's a remnant of like guys need to have hard clothes.
Yeah.
You know,
I just like it. I like the freaks, man. Bring on the freaks. And I think that it's like a nice area for. I'm slightly more conservative in dress, and I like that it's like my way to be a little freaky. You know?
yeah.
I like
And
it
you know,
too.
I've got all my things where we were talking no knees and elbows exposed at the same time, and like that's like more or less true. If I'm coming to work for sure.
To be honest
but
with you, Chase, I feel like not too long ago you maybe would have sided with this.
I would have
Something
sided
happened.
with this probably a year or two ago.
And that's
yeah.
why I want to encourage whoever this is, give it a try.
Yeah, that's
Why
what
don't
I'm
you
saying.
just dance on the dark side a little bit and then tell me how you feel?
You need to run an errand
know?
to Whole Foods on a nice summer Sunday or something. Or you're gonna go hit the nursery near your house. Like nothing feels better than putting like you already got a pair of shorts on and have a cut off integrity tee. Come on, baby. You got some Zurichs or something. You're cooking.
There's something about the way I can flow around when
Yeah.
I'm in a band tee and short shorts and open-toed sandals.
Oh.
I'm a freak, man.
You know-
I feel like I'm in my body.
Yeah.
I people have not seen me in not pants and a jacket. Like you've seen me, but maybe only a handful of times. Like shorts, t-shirt, and a pair of shoes. You know,
Yeah.
that's a whole separate situation. I might try to get my confidence up for next summer and figure out what I gotta do to start wearing shorts and a tee.
I love this for you. This is evolution,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
is what we're seeing
I'm
here.
happy to eat
This
crow. You
summer
know,
you're gonna be
I
doing
was
it.
the guy should
Yeah.
cover your toes.
Well,
I don't
Silly.
care what anybody does. I want to make that first
Yeah.
and foremost. I really don't care. Well, the only people I'm like rallying against are people that are obsessed with the rules.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. But like, because it's like who get just fucking you
Yeah.
know, feel it first is all I'm saying. Give it a try. If you go to the dark side and you're like, it's not for me. That's okay. Maybe you feel good in a loafer. Maybe you feel good in something where you're not wearing a sock or something.
Yeah.
Twisted like that. But I don't know. I'm not gonna wear a full blown shoe all the time, man. It's basically, to be honest,
No.
as soon as it gets nicer, I like
Yeah,
it.
you're
I'm
in-
I'm in them.
You're Zurich.
And also, we haven't even touched on this. Sandals, are we talking with socks, sand socks? Because also, I had my mind changed. I know the exact moment I had my mind changed on socks with Birkenstocks and pants.
I do that indoors.
Socks with Birkenstocks?
Yep, with
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah, it's cool, dude.
Feel,
Yeah.
I don't know what it feels good to me.
Yeah.
I agree, dude.
No,
I
it
agree.
does.
Having a Birkenstock as a home shoe is great, too.
Oh. Yeah.
Do you remember, Timothy? I think you got turned on to the Zurichs as well. When Beams did a campaign,
No, I got turned on to them when I saw Daiki switch it up, and then I went
go
I
from
want-
the
I want-
Bostons to the
I
Zurich.
want those now.
Yeah.
It's whatever he was doing. I wanted to be.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Except for the,
He's
you know what?
clear
I
as
did have a
heck.
pair of Uggs too because he went through an Uggs phase.
Yeah.
and I got a pair of Uggs.
I love
Too
Uggs.
hot for me personally.
Yeah, they're
It's just
cooking.
it's so hot, so it's
Yeah.
really hard. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
them on. But
when we went to Cole's house last Friday, he has the smooth leather split toe.
They're like the like
Shoe style?
smaller ones, kind
You know
of.
what I'm talking about?
the
Timbo?
shorties, the shorty
Yeah, the
checkers,
shorty
with the
shorty
braided
ones.
with the braided
they
situation.
look like the half cabs.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I've had those.
Yeah.
Black pair of those.
And I
That
love
was
them.
nice. Yeah,
I honestly,
I had the short ones too. I've had the slip-ons.
yeah, the slip-ons are what I
Yeah,
have.
the slip-ons are like pretty good. The only thing is you got to size up in those fuckers because it's like there's so
They're
much
tight.
stuff on the inside.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you said it gets your shit hot, and I can't have things that are contributing
No,
to
they-
heat on my feet, as we've already
You
said.
got to wear socks because knowing you, Chase, and what you did to the Blundstones, how you actually really nicely broke those in for me.
Yeah,
That's probably why I like
you've
them
been
so much.
wearing them, so yeah, that makes me happy. They were actually a gift from Mishan like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Hey, gift keeps on giving.
Yeah, baby.
We don't like that one. Move on.
No, that
and I don't know what was going on, but this next series that when I was putting these down on the thing,
Somebody
I was like,
just
someone's
dunking on
coming
us.
for us for some reason.
Yeah, no,
it's
they're
one of those
coming.
things specifically to us.
Wallabies. Can't get into wallabies and similar shoe silhouette. What do you think about that, Chase?
That's a resounding. I wholly disagree. I'm only wearing. Oh, I'm gonna get a ticket, dude. I know it. Wallabies are the best shoe, dude. I wear them for a myriad of reasons, but I think the main being they go with everything I wear, and that's what legitimately feels best on my feet. So maybe you don't like this. Would be a Tyrolean shoe, correct? When it has the double lace, the two lace, and then the mock that kind of goes up like a para-boot.
Yeah.
This is my thing, and this is even if you go back to pods when we were joking about the pay dudes and things, it's like this is just like a style of shoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really so. It's like I don't understand like why Clarks would get it over para-boot or over whatever.
I think what they're saying is they don't like
Tyroleans.
Tyroleans. They just don't know that that's the
name of it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a Bluch or
I
a
think
Derby or something.
that's a fine take in that like it's the issue with that shoe. Why don't you go take a look at the parking person, because I know it's going to kill you if they turn the corner, and we can always do a quick stop down. Because I can keep going here for a minute.
Yeah.
I think that like it is a weirdly difficult shoe to like break in.
Yeah.
I don't think it looks good right away. Every pair of Wallabies I've ever had doesn't look good right away.
Yeah.
So I think that the other thing is if you hang with them, they flatten out a little bit and they get sort of better, like fitting and look. Yeah, well, any shoe like that. Paraboot is the same thing. When I had those, you just need the whole thing to sort of flatten out and form to your foot a bit more, and then I think it makes it a lot more wearable. So I do think it's like a difficult shoe to break in a little bit, kind of. But it happens fast, so I don't know.
Kind of.
But also, if that's just not your style, I also kind of get that.
I think
know?
what they're saying is they visually don't like a Tyrolean shoe.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine.
That's fair.
What I would say to you legitimately is I like the Wallaby, but I'm more or less just like a Clark's lover. Find something
But you were
else from
doing
Clark's and
Paraboot
try
before
it.
that. It's just a style of shoe you obviously like. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I like the
that
style
look.
of shoe
Yeah.
for sure. But the best feeling. I will notice fatigue. I wore my Henderscheme Tims yesterday. Feet fatigued by the end of the day. I wear my Paraboots. I'm dogging it by the end of the day.
But what's
Wallabies
funny
I could
is
do endlessly.
I actually don't like that because I don't have the whatever arch situation you have is the opposite
different,
for me. I like flat shoes. That makes me feel better. I would rather walk around all day in like the flattest no support shoe than that.
Yeah.
Because that affects me differently.
Yeah.
So that's probably just a personal preference thing, and
Yeah.
I am fine with that. I don't agree with it because I think it's the greater thing about it is it's for some reason almost like dressier than other shoes. I don't know if it's just because it's leather, but it's also like kind of like a lazy shoe, if that makes
that's
sense. You know what I
actually-
mean, like it's comfortable and
You've nailed it. I like this is in my eyes. It's a Vans authentic.
yeah. I
In
get
that
you.
it's hyper wearable, it's affordable. So I've got 4 or 5 in the rotation right now, and then when they're done, I will lace them up, put them on the top shelf in my closet, and I will get more, and I will just have a lot of them, and then I'll give them away or donate them to people, and that will make me happy down the road.
Yeah.
But they're so low fuss, but the difference is they're not canvas, they're leather. So to me, they're just a kick around shoe. Like, you know what I mean? You can get the nice ones. You could get a pair of the black smooth ones, and I'm sure you could dress them up.
Yeah.
But
That's a classic. They're not
beat
going to
the
go out of
shit out of
style.
them.
My grandpa wore them,
Oh,
always.
yeah.
And how many?
Right.
It's like a lot of people in pop culture throughout the years have been known to wear Wallabies.
Oh, yeah.
Also, and like I said on a couple pods ago, but like Randy from My Name Is Earl wears Wallabies.
Yeah.
Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad wears Wallabies, and it's just an iconic shoe that I don't know. I just really love them, man. They've struck a chord, and it's a love story. So.
All right, we came for his neck. Come for mine now.
Sport coats. The sport coat / blazer with jeans fit rarely, if it ever looks good.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing about this. And if someone was like, "You're not pulling it off," like, fuck you. I'll beat this. You know where I'm at. Come at me. Anybody you got, send your biggest fighter.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't necessarily even disagree. I really like it because there was this. I like anything where there's a little. Oh, you can't do it. It's like,
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll figure out my own way to do it, And I always like that, like for some reason, like directors did it, and I like all those pictures of like 90s celebrities at the airport where they were doing this a lot. So it feels like a very like old school thing.
Yeah.
and then it's just something I adopted, and now I just like it. I like it more than a cardigan for some reason. I just think it's more comfortable because it's mostly just because it has pockets. And then it just has become this like bit of mine throughout the years that I just really like that look. I love old jeans. I really don't wear other pants than old jeans.
Yeah.
Very rarely. And I've always liked blazers, even when I wore them to school when I was a kid and got made fun of relentlessly. So I've been fighting this fight way longer than whoever this has been into fashion. I was getting called the F word in school a long time ago. And I was like, I don't care. I always thought,
I like it.
I always thought, I don't care. I like it. I don't care what you like. If you don't like it, that probably means I like it more now. And then it's become just this thing where I've done it for so long that like I just couldn't stop, I don't think, at this point. So I also understand that like if you're talking about a guy wearing like not great fitting like mauve jeans with a pair of like those cloudburst on running shoes and a like a gold button blazer and a tee, that looks like shit, obviously.
Of course it does.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think that if it's not your thing and you're trying to make it work, it probably doesn't look good. If it feels like I've worn that exact outfit with open-toed sandals and we'll do it again. So there's also a little bit of like a I don't care-ness to it that's why it works, in my opinion. It's because I don't care and because I understand it's a little bit of a bit and I understand that people don't like that mix sometimes. So that makes me want to do it more. So a little bit if it's being a contrarian, a little bit's just because I'm comfortable in it.
Yeah, I think that
hard disagree though, because I do think when pulled off well, like you see like an older guy with a Wall Street Journal with a blazer and jeans, like and a hat walking through like New York, you're like, that guy fucking he's
sick.
cool.
Yeah.
There's like an old wealth about it that I think is
wearing
very
like Maui
cool
gyms
too.
or something.
Very sick. Yeah, kind of in their flow.
It's funny because this next one's gonna play along with that, and then the one with the sandals. It feels like it's that kind of like real men, real style, like all those YouTuber where it's like people are like, you can't do this, can't do that. You have to be this proper gentleman with like, you know what you're saying. It's like you can't wear jeans with a sport coat because that you need to wear khakis because it's the proper way. So I think these takes just seem, I don't know, like stitching them up. I'm like, these seem like some old head.
It's just, to me, caring about that stuff is so uncool, and fashion is so much about being cool. So what's the point?
I think that might be the most succinct I've ever heard it ever. Is just like, caring about that shit is just like literally just not cool. Like in its simplest form, it just makes you kind of uncool.
Yeah.
And so I've never looked into or cared about tailoring rules.
Yeah.
You know,
here's the thing. I think it's important to know what they are. I will I will never plead. I don't like ignorance as the result. I like having an opinion, a hard opinion against, because I understand what it is. Because sometimes also you learn like, oh, the reasoning for that is, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. And I understand that. And I understand like why certain breaks look different on different people and why this type of jacket looks like a double-breasted looks different than a, 2, 3, whatever the thing is. I think it's helpful to know that information so you can know when to like bend and break and all that stuff. So I think learning it is interesting because it comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not important though. The only importance would be to know it so you could, that's half the thing. Me knowing it's a little bit of a bit is a little bit that's part of it,
Yeah. I'm with you mostly in that it's nice to know the rules. If you know the rules, you can break them. But in that same breath, unless you personally care about the rules, that should be the only reason for you to seek it out, because you're an information person, you're interested in it. Because like I've said a million times before, the amount of times that I've had to wear a suit or something and I obsess about it. And then like we've said a million times, somebody's uncle shows up to the event in a Dale Earnhardt Jr. leather jacket. Unless you're going to Pitti in Italy, which if you do, God bless you, or you're going to like a meetup for like a tailoring Discord or something you're part of, which again, if you do that, God bless you.
Yeah.
You're not, never in your life will you wear a suit or a tailored outfit around somebody who will ever notice or care about it at all.
Well, I'll give you a hot take. No one that's dressing like Pitti looks good. Period. No matter how much money they got those stupid collars that go back. They got the tie all done up, and then they're trying to look disheveled elsewhere. They've got like their main thing is like, I'm gonna wear 1 million bracelets with a suit. And you're like, what the hell is this, dude? You look insane. You look like a mermaid had to go to a business meeting. It's too many things. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole reason I don't like it is because it's so fussy. But then trying to not look fussy. It's like, just be your normal self then. Like, I don't know how to look at this and go, who the hell are you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Timbo's nailed it. So
next one. This will be easy. belts and shoes. Shoes and belts don't have to match.
This is like a weird rule where I do sort of feel like I'm in. I do think it looks look. Anything can be done. Anything can be pulled off. So I don't care about it ultimately. At the same time, it's one where I just don't even think about it. I just do it. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I have 2 belts and I only have brown and black shoes. I have 1 pair of white Vans.
Yeah.
That's it though. Like that's the whole run is just those 2 things. Yeah. And I do just match them up.
I actually, so shoes and belt don't. I disagree with their statement in that I do think if you're wearing an outfit that you're going to see your belt, it should be the same color as the shoes.
Do you wear a belt?
Then I was just going to say, however, I'm not wearing a belt.
You wear a shoestring?
I'll wear a shoestring belt before I wear a belt for sure. I wear a belt.
Why is that?
I don't like belts. I can't talk about them.
Yeah, this is
uncomfortable.
This is gonna go down another
turn. I hate belts. Minutes. It's a sensory nightmare for me, so I'm not gonna wear a belt. But that being said,
belts were you wearing? That I don't feel my belt in the slightest.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know what it is, and it's not a matter of the type of belt. Belts just like apply pressure in my hips in a weird way that I don't like.
You may have formed this opinion back when you were wearing tight ass clothes.
I can tell you the pair of pants that I was wearing and where I was in my life when I was like, I'm done wearing belts. Yeah. I was working overnight in radiology, and I had a pair on black slim jeans. I'm not going to say the name of the brand, but they were think of 511, but Raws.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I was working my overnight job, and like I would just be like, but the thing is, they were like low rise jeans too. Yeah. So there's a chance that I was from a period of time, and just that wouldn't be applicable now. But you know what I actually like a lot more, and in fact, it's something that I'm going to try on today is, because I do size up on my pants, and I'll adjust the adjusters. I'll do anything I can to not wear a belt. But those new Orslo wide fit cargos, I like when things have a built-in drawstring. That's great. That's a perfect middle ground. E.g., fatigues have that.
You know, you'd dress like that.
Yes, and there's something that somebody said in the pod questions that I won't say until we get there. But it resonated with me. It's all about sensory and about being able to move if you have to move. That's what it is. If I feel like it's going to thwart my movement in any way, I'm not interested.
It's crazy because you don't move that much day to day.
No, I'm not like a terribly active person, But if I had to do
dance
some
around a little bit now and then, but it's not like it's not.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I'm not a belt guy. But
I think you'd be fine if you did it now, because I will agree. I remember one time in Chicago, I had like one of those stupid big ass veg tan belts with my stupid tight jeans.
That was the belt that I was wearing when it. Yeah.
And I was walking home one day, and it was just getting me nonstop, and I took it off and I just threw it in the trash.
Just couldn't.
I didn't. I was like, I'm not gonna. Just going straight in the trash.
Yeah, I
wasn't even doing it. It was keeping my pants up. The pants were tight as shit. I didn't need the belt.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Is like it wasn't even. I don't know.
You know what I think? Like sometimes if someone has like a really unstructured suit, I like when people wear no belt. I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
And that guy from before is going to be super pissed at me now, but
it just I don't know. Again, this is from a gentleman era that I'm not part of. And if I ever become a dork, maybe I'll start dressing like this, but I'm just not gonna. So
I don't know. I do think like tonally you should probably match the two, I guess. If it's showing.
If you're gonna have a shiny pair of black leather shoes and a brown belt, I do think that that's probably not the move.
Yeah.
But again,
I don't like suiting. I feel like especially where you're
if you're doing
showing
suiting
off belts,
if you're just gonna wear a belt and you're not even gonna see it, you got black shoes on and the black belt. That looks great.
I mean, break the rule if you feel comfortable breaking the rule. You know what I mean? If you know the rule and understand how to do it. If you're like a guy who's like, I'm not sure, I don't know if it matters. It's like, it matters for you. You know what I mean? You should not make that because I'm going to look at you and go, that guy's not even thinking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, there's a big difference. So.
No, totally.
All right, we're going to look at an outfit really quick.
Pop in here.
Yeah, it looks great.
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Oily one, right? Or no?
The Aaron Levine collab. Yeah.
Willie, do me a favor. Throw some shit in the bag to plump it up.
Yeah.
You got
and don't be afraid to like kind of live in that thing. You know what I mean? Get it because it's stiff. So
Willie, you got any flowers you've stolen from people's front yards? So as a quick aside, Andre looks great. You're good.
Yeah.
As a quick aside, over the summer, Willie would go
dressed him up like you.
I just by the way, if you guys see some stylings, that you'll know it.
It's Chase.
I had it pulled the other day, and Timothy comes out. He goes, "Oh wow." just shit you would wear. It's literally just brown, green, black, blue, all
Everything
the way
was
through.
one color.
Yeah. If you close your eyes and squint, it's all one color. Willie, what he'll do is, because Willie, he'll go out, he'll move his car, or take a little lap around the block, and he'd always come back, and I'd walk by him, and I'm always curious, but he's always got nice snacks and shit. So I'm always curious, like, what's Willie got going on? And I'd be like, God, Willie, you've been coming back with some beautiful flowers and nice little plants. And I'm like, where do you find these? He goes, oh, I'll just go cut them in someone's garden. So
I'm with him on this. What else are you growing them for? Otherwise, it's just going to grow and then die. So let someone take it.
Listen. If I saw somebody in my front yard cutting flowers off my rose bush, I would legitimately be excited. I would be like, oh my God, thank you so much. They're going to go to waste otherwise. Because my rose bush in my front yard, I conservatively had 2,000 roses on it. Like, it was insane.
I was also thinking recently, like, I'm surprised more people don't just have the whole garden isn't just flowers. I was thinking like, oh, I just never really think about this stuff that much like you guys.
Yeah.
But I was like, that makes a lot more. It's like pretty. You can put them inside. You don't have to pay for them that way.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense to me more than like getting 3 green peppers.
Yeah.
Or like a shitload of something else that you don't really ever use.
Yeah.
Like it just seems more useful to me.
I actually don't disagree with you. I'm going to walk it back slightly. I'm still going to grow my tomatoes. This year I had great success with tomatoes. My peppers, I had great success just super late in the season because I started them probably 2 or 3 weeks late. So I'm still going to do those things, but I'm going to be a little more tailored about it. And I'm going balls deep in flowers this year. Shannon and I already discussed.
I would like it if you brought me a gang of flowers that I put in my house because I change out the flowers.
Yeah,
once a week,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like that's a fun thing for me.
And that's exactly what I'm thinking is just to have just a whole mess of flowers that for 3 months I'm able to cut stems and give them to y'all, bring them in here. We can have them for the set. Or we also like to switch out flowers in our house. And so.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's move on.
Sweatpants. Sweatpants are totally fine for more than just athletic activities or wearing around the house, as long as you pick the good ones.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, you see like Nanamika work it in so much, and when it's tonal, like if they're all wearing all navy and it's kind of a vibe.
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's cool.
And it's meant to be active. I mean, you're meant to like if you're running errands and wearing like a nice pair of those types of sweats with like a top that kind of goes with it and everything. I'm like, yeah, this looks good. It looks no different than slacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you are able to do that whole do like a classic pair of like gray athletic sweatpants with something, I get it. You know what I mean? Who cares? It's not 1960. I don't know. This is like a really old opinion, and I don't give a shit about it. I do think when you're talking about like dingy ones, obviously, yeah, that's gross. You know what I mean? Like in the same way that like I have like shorts I wear around the house or like tees I wear around the house that I'm not necessarily gonna wear elsewhere. It's just they're comfortable and I like them for that purpose. But
your integrity cutoff tank, of course, naturally, yeah.
I got at least 3
cutoffs.
Basically, no, not cutoffs. I'm not you.
I'm not gonna lie,
not a cutoff
dude.
Guy.
I'm kind of straight up cutoff guy now. I have a Canoe Club tee I cut into a cutoff, and then I have an integrity tee. And I was laughing with Drew when I told him, I was like, because you can wear them indefinitely, because they ain't gonna get smelly. So unless you're spilling shit on them, it's kind of like a.
Your clothes are getting so stinky that you have to get rid of them.
I sleep in a sweatsuit, so I sometimes will sweat through the night. So yeah.
Hey.
I love a cutoff tank though.
Man, I don't. Maybe I'm against sweatpants. I'm realizing as he's telling me that.
I don't care about sweatpants.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not going to personally wear them, but it's one of those things where like, I don't care what you do. I think it's fine. I've seen it look good on people.
I hear what you're saying, but like, how is that different from most of what you wear?
It's literally just the material makeup.
So it's jersey. So it's a slightly different version of cotton.
More or less, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't do it. I have those Viz Sport ones.
Those don't count. I'm talking about like if you got a pair of like those Nanamika ones they always show that I think we bought, you would wear those.
I probably would.
You'd wear them one time and then you'd love the way you felt. I know.
Yeah.
You might never go back. Is the problem.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. My fatigues, I buy them big enough that they feel like sweats on. Yeah. Sensory wise, most of the stuff I wear.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
If you can do it and make it work in the outfit, then I think it's cool. If not, then don't do it.
More shoes. Bad shoes. If you're wearing what I consider to be bad, mid, etc. shoes, that can ruin the entire fit for me, even if everything else looks great.
I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
What's a bad shoe you can throw
on?
Yeah.
Those ones with the holes in the bottom?
Yeah, they'll do it.
I mean, no, I don't. I can't even get on board with that because I think that like if you were doing an all tennis outfit and you had the right on shoes with the right thing and you were actually doing that outfit, I'd be like, it looks fine.
Wait. Just for quick clarification, I'm not even doing a bit here. Mm-hmm. I know that Federer owns the brand or is one of the owners, but Those were not designed to be playing tennis in.
I think there's tennis shoes from them.
I mean, dude, my ankles would come straight out the side of my leg if I
Well, I
wore
think
those
that's
to
like
play
their
tennis.
walking shoe versus that's like
Okay.
Here's the thing.
I'm not
I
even
don't.
joking.
I don't really like. What I think is like something that just doesn't like fit with what you're wearing. So I'm like, I disagree with what you're saying. That's like, oh yeah, I'm not necessarily like an On fan, but I can see those, and they do collabs, but I can see those looking good with the right outfit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd look fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look presentable. It'd look clean. There's nothing wrong with the shoe itself other than like what you're associating with it or whatever. You guys, you get into this bag sometimes where it's like it's associated with a certain type of person. So it's like, it's thrown
no
out.
doubt.
But I think that like, I'm more thinking like here's what I often see is, you know, we like Vans Authentics, okay? And it's mostly from a classic thing. We both grew up skateboarding. I put it with certain types of outfits. I like them as more of like, I think of them more in like terms of like a deck shoe kind of. And that's how I sort of like work them into my like, you know, my wannabe East Coast thing.
Yeah.
But I also see them sometimes like, you know, like you'll see like a guy in like, it's good jeans, kind of a cool like top he's got going, and then for some reason he's got like, you know, Vans with some shit on him, and I'm like, you know, like with a pattern on them, like that's not, you're too old for that. That looks goofy. That ruins the whole outfit. That's how I'm thinking about it more.
Yeah, no,
like,
I agree. Like a shoe that doesn't work for the outfit will ruin the whole. It'll break the whole fit. Agreed.
In what I was saying earlier, like if you're doing denim and a blazer, unless you're doing something like I'll do the Converse something because it's so classic. Other than that, it's like would be like a boot or like a loafer or a dress shoe.
I was gonna say
cons
work because of the way in which they're positioned
societally.
Culture. You know what? Culturally, rather.
It's a different thing.
But that's kind of like the only thing that I think would work with like a suit kit. You know what I mean?
You see what I'm saying? Like that, like it's more like if that, then like I'm saying you do the blazer and the jeans and then the on running. It's like, well, that fucks it all.
That's not right. Yeah.
Because now it doesn't feel like you understand what you're doing.
What's going on?
You're not doing like a thing.
Yeah. And I'm sure somewhere out there somebody's got to fit with the clouds or whatever they are, and it's fine. I like the PAF ones they did. Remember those with like that side lacing kind of thing?
We don't need to get into like that specifically because you could make the same argument like Hokas are all ugly because they're big, you know, and like sure, I get you. I mean, if that's not your thing, I totally get that. But there's also a time and place for those shoes that looks great. You know,
I was gonna say like for instance, I could never wear a Hoka with most of my outfits. I have those ones that I wear sometimes, but like silhouette wise and how I approach things, I can't personally I don't feel comfortable with the proportions and how it looks. Cooper though. Coop wears those tours from like the first time, you know what I mean? With a big chunky sock and like a short and a parka. And the way that he styles big shoes almost exclusively looks so cool. You know what I mean? So I think it's also about like the person and the flavor. So I think that's what you're getting at is like, does the outfit you're wearing facilitate the type of shoe you're doing?
I think the reason I agree is because when it feels like it's a clash, that's the wrong thing. When it feels like this doesn't go with all of that. This feels like you just put that shoe on. For example, this like imaginary fit I cooked up where it's like some sort of athletic navy thing. You've got the nice navy sweatpant and you have a pair of like clean on runnings on because you're just running errands and it needs to be comfortable and you might hit the gym later or take a walk.
Yeah, sure.
That looks cool to me. Even if it's not my shoe, it still looks cool.
Yeah.
Whereas if you suddenly have like a pair of like checkered Vans with that, I'm like that doesn't make sense to me. Or like even like if you were to have like a nice leather shoe with that, I'd be like that doesn't. It's like an active outfit. Why does it doesn't work to me.
Yeah, so, I do think sometimes working like a Patagonia baggie with a leather shoe with a sock or something is cool, but again, you got it has to work.
Yeah, even that for me is maybe that's still the same thing a little bit, which is probably the response we had to that trend of like the leather shoe with the Patagonia. It's like I'm good with the Patagonia, I'm good with the loafer. I just don't like that mix.
Yeah,
it just feels off.
I would do a nylon short with Wallabies though. I do think Wallabies are like a completely they're a kick around shoe for me. So that's how I approach.
There's something like crunchy. It's like understanding where it's positioned.
Yeah, there's a crunchiness about.
Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why like sometimes a Van works and sometimes it doesn't. And that's why sometimes a Converse works and it doesn't. It's like, do you get what's the sum total of what you're doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Kind of agree. Pretty much agree.
No shows. Men wearing sneakers with no show socks rarely look good.
I just don't wear a sock at that point.
Yeah. I was a no-show guy for a long time just
that's
because of the way my feet
That's the sluttiest thing
are.
you can wear, actually. It feels like wearing a thong.
There's nothing on there, yeah.
It feels so uncomfortable, too, to me.
And you got to have the little rubber things on your heel so it doesn't slide down when you walk.
Yeah.
And then when it does,
you're fucked.
I'd rather be dead.
It's a
That
sensory
feeling,
fucking nightmare.
That is where I'm with you on a
Yeah.
sensor. That feels like going. That would be my hell if I woke up and suddenly it's like I can't take it off and I have to live this way.
But if you're a guy that like your feet doesn't sweat and smell and you can wear no socks, I think that's dope as hell. I think in particular wearing a Wallaby or a leather shoe or even an authentic without a sock, like that's like a classic cool look. Have you? Because I think what's different about if you have summertime, you got a pair of pants that's either cropped or you have them cuffed up a little bit, and then you have skin and then shoe. That's cooler in my opinion than sock shoe in a lot of cases. Like I just have it light, flowy. It's really casual looking. It's cool.
Yeah, just
Just don't worry. Just
if you need it and you want that look, I just think then the look's not for you.
Just don't.
You got to wear a sock.
Yeah.
Just wear a thin sock.
It makes me think of Timbo. I know you have a pair of these too, the horse bit loafers.
Yeah.
That we both share.
Oh yeah.
I used to try to wear no shows on them, and then it was like 2 or 3 years ago. The same thing you guys have. Flips under the heel.
Yeah,
it's the worst thing ever. And I just started wearing them barefoot, and it is the best.
Yeah.
It's like night and day difference.
yeah, man.
And I was like, why was I trying to make it do when I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's fair.
I think that if it doesn't work for you, like it's just then it doesn't work for you. You got to go with something different.
Yeah.
And if it does, then I don't know. I never see. I don't like that. It's not even about the look. It's just the feeling, and it just seems like an unnecessary garment.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Ankle pants. Men wearing pants that hug their ankles look ridiculous.
Are we talking about like a jogger?
I think they're talking about a jogger. Yeah.
Yeah, like a jogger, drop jogger, maybe even like tight jeans.
This is tough because you know what I'm talking about. There is like a look, like a gorpy look when you have it kind of come in, but it bunches then after the fact. So if it comes in and then the pants sort of like bulges a little bit and you've got like a chunky shoe on,
It's like stacking.
that looks really cool and there's no other way to get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough because you're describing like the purple label not field pant, but like a purple label pant would have that, or not a Mika pant would have like the little drawstring and you cinch it kind of.
Or
and that
so's
looks
got
cool.
something like that. There's a
Changes
lot of-
with the whole proportions. Looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think what they're more referencing is like a Lululemon-esque jogger of like the scalloped long tee jogger era.
Yeah, that's gross.
And that was from a specific time. And if you had the jogger and the scallop tee, you were probably killing it wherever you were. Probably having a great time. You were probably the coolest guy in your friend group. Probably had a lot of friends. I have 200 friends. You probably had 200 friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now I don't know. It's just not the look, and it's fine. But I'm trying to also be a little more liquid in that understanding things are cyclical. People are starting to get more regular, slim again. I think we're going to see an evening of the field where everybody's kind of dressing.
Well,
everybody's
this is
in every
what it does. It
percentile.
just expands, contracts. What'll happen is there's going to be a bunch of people dig their heels in and go, I'm never going to do that again. And that's great. You're that person. That's fine.
Cool.
You will. It's like there's like trend avoidance because you're like, I do this one thing, I don't want to switch it again. You know what I mean? And then it picks up enough over time that enough cool people do it. They're like, fuck, okay, I'll go a little bit more. I mean, there's a little bit of a cave in. Then after the cave in and enough cool people get on board, then all of a sudden it hits mass, and then it goes all the way to the Midwest. And at that point, we've gone back to the other side because we don't want to see it. It's just, that's all it is. It's like, everything's with trends is just this weird response to stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it's something that very likely will come back around. But what they're responding to is it doesn't look good with the way people are dressing right now. And I agree with that. It's fine. So be it. So all good.
Can I say you something though? There's always an exception to this stuff. Because I also think you go and you see a guy kicking around in the Adidas warm-ups with the Sambas.
By the way, I sleep in those Adidas sweatpants, the slim ones.
I'm talking about slim ones with the
with the zipper
little,
at the bottom and the
like,
lines. Yeah,
looks cool. That looks pretty cool.
Timbo, there's a kid. I'm not going to say his name. I know his name, but he went to school near me, and I think I said it before. He played indoor, and he wore skinny Adidas sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt underneath his indoor jersey. And we would call him the robot kid. He was absolutely cracked. The kid was automatic. He stuck to the ground, but he was truly one of the most talented soccer players I played against. And I obviously am still remembering thinking of him. But there's something so cool from that moment on to me. I will forever think playing soccer in like long sleeves and like jogger, slim Adidas pants. That's so sick. It's so sick. It makes every move. It accentuates every move, makes it look swaggier and cooler. So I don't know. If we're talking in this niche of fashion, I don't like the joggers. But if we're talking the Adidas sweatpants and some little shoes and shit, you're going, yeah, I think
I'm gonna go anti it because I think there's too many versions that I think are kind of cool to say no to it. Is the problem?
Yeah.
Do I understand what you're probably saying?
Yeah.
Yes, and that's probably
yeah.
that,
We don't necessarily disagree. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of exceptions to that rule. So
Sweet. Confidence. I hate the phrase, I can't pull that off. I can understand someone built like me trying to fit in some Heidi-sized jeans, but I feel like it's all about the confidence and how you wear it. I've always been willing to try things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. It's okay to come out of your comfort zone and try new things, build up your self-confidence. Now I just wear what I like.
100% agree.
I don't disagree with a single thing here. I think I can't pull that off more leans towards I don't think that works within what I like, and I think that's totally fine. If you don't think you can pull something off and you want to wear it and you feel good in it, do it.
The thing is, I feel like the real thing is what I don't like it as that statement as is a deflection because it's just immediately going like I can't do that. And it's like, well, why limit yourself? Like, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, then who cares? And don't do it.
If you think you're going to put it on and feel so uncomfortable and it's going to be a detriment to how you go about doing your day, then don't wear the clothes. The clothes are not so important.
No.
The way you're presenting yourself to the world is not so important that you need to feel uncomfortable in your skin all day. That's
that being
silly.
said, if you see something and you're like, I want to do that, I wouldn't go like, I don't know if my body can do that. It's like, yeah, I
Fucking
can.
do it, dude, yeah.
Who cares? You might have to find the right thing for you, you know what I mean, so that you feel good because you need to feel good. Otherwise, it won't look good. But I also think it is important. This is what I talked to Chase about. And this is like us having more serious conversations. Mm-hmm. It is important to be mildly out of your comfort zone now and then. Do you know what I mean? Or try to have your mind changed in a way. Because what else are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, like, you're going to be one guy, you've got it all figured out today. That's just not true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't really feel the need for these, like, major statements anymore. I used to think it was fun, and now I kind of am just rallying against it, actually, where it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to be into, and I don't know what you're into, and I don't know where you're at in your life. And if you're like, fuck, man, I dig this skinny trend, I'm going to do it. It's like, then do it, because that's exciting and something will happen. And maybe you'll try it and go, that wasn't for me. Yeah. That's not a mistake. You tried something, and now you know something. So this is kind of like with work, we always talk about, there aren't really like mistakes. Quite frankly, the biggest mistake you can do is the hemming and hawing and standing over the putt about doing something where it's like, you could have done it 3 times, had so much more information and be doing it better than anyone else by now if you had just tried things. Yeah. So I think you should just try it if it's appealing to you and you can afford it and all these. I understand there's all these other things to it, but I wouldn't let something where it's just like, that's not for me. It's like, you don't know who you are. That's the reality. And if you were completely self-actualized in this way, then you wouldn't be asking the question in the first place, or you wouldn't put yourself in that box for no reason. So work towards self-actualization, I think, in your personal life.
For sure.
Don't project your insecurities. I think we all got to stop that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who cares? It doesn't matter what your body type is like. You can pull off anything. Doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. You should just do whatever you want all the time until you feel good.
Yeah.
100%. You're gonna be different in 3 years. Period. So if you're like a young kid in college or out of college or at any point in your life and you think you got it figured out, you will shift and you will meld and you will learn and you will grow. And
almost any time that you feel this way, look at yourself 10 years ago, look at a picture of yourself and you're like, fuck, dude, I look amazing. My skin looks good. I'm like lovable in some way. I've got this weird thing going on and I didn't even realize it because I was so obsessed with all this weird shit at the time and I was wrong. And then if you do that and you look back now and then you look at yourself, you're like, no, I just need to be like this person now. Otherwise I'm wasting it, which is what, everyone's guilty of it.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is. But I think that like the more you can try to like stop yourself with that type of talk, I think that's better.
I mean, how many people who are hearing this and know me in real life would have said 3 years ago that what I spend most of my time at work not doing is consuming niche, deep cut football content so that I can make bets over, like, I'm so deep in football. 3 years ago, I was not, and I wouldn't have been able to tell you who plays for what team at all. Like, and that's all just to say, like, I would have said that's never going to happen. You just don't know, and things are just different than you think they are.
Yeah.
So be really open to the experience and having your mind changed. I am open to having my mind changed. I know it sounds funny because I talk all this shit, but I do it also. It's literally a living record that you can reference, and I've changed my mind on how many dozens of
Oh
things.
yeah,
And
well that's
just
the
how
only
it
reason
goes.
you and I get along. If you really stood on everything and wouldn't let it go, I'd be like, I can't stand this guy. I really mean it. I hate people that are like that.
All I need is a nugget of information and for somebody to position something slightly different from me. And within that next breath, I will say, damn, I have a different opinion now, right? Now I have information I didn't have, and maybe I still feel that way. Anyway, that goes with your clothes. It goes with
Also, the reality is
your
nobody
friends.
cares.
Yeah,
that's the
that's
most
true,
important
too.
thing. No one cares.
Yeah.
No one cared back then. No one cares now. What do you think? People in high school were talking about the way I dress still? No, they don't.
No.
They don't remember.
They're probably
I don't
thinking
remember
about
half
themselves.
people's names. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So who cares? So
No,
just do
you
whatever
remember
want, 'cause that's all that matters.
funny shit you did or things you experienced. You're probably not even gonna remember the clothes you were wearing when you experienced it.
Plus,
Just do
like-
the things that make you feel good, and then you'll present yourself to the world, and then that is just a trickle down effect.
You're
in
likely
some-
being risk avoidant for no reason when, like, yeah, let's say I try 3 things in a week and only 1 hits, but that one I go home and I'm like, I'm re-looking at my whole wardrobe suddenly. You know, it's kind of like sometimes when you like buy new socks or new t-shirts and you're like, everything fits better, looks better. I've thought of a new way of doing things.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Yeah.
you know, even
Yeah.
just like changing up like the fit of like your t-shirt or the fabric of your socks or something like
Yes.
this. It'll make everything feel different. So not taking risks, you're never going to get that feeling and you're never going to like progress and feel more like yourself. So
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want everybody
I
to
hate that
know
too.
Timothy and I are not self-actualized. He's much closer to it than I am, but
Well.
we've just been doing this for so long. Andre, let's tuck that.
can we tuck it?
Let's tuck that, boy.
Can we tuck it and leave the jacket open?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Um,
Other than that, I think it's great.
but since we're here and we're talking, we are just here to say, like, we are evidence of being open to learning and growing.
Yeah. We've always looked at this as sort of like a living record of that thing, which is why we always said strong opinions loosely held.
Strong
is that-
opinions, loosely held.
Yeah.
And also, I will echo what Timothy said too. This is not a company where if you think you've got it figured out or you're not going to grow and you know everything you're going to know for the rest of your life in this moment, those aren't people we want to work with. And probably not people that you would like to work with either, the listener. It's fun to shift and grow and be a better person and learn.
So again, why not? You only have one life. You get
Yeah.
so many seasons in
Yeah.
it. You should just fucking like be like, oh, I'm gonna be different next year because I want to be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you should do it.
I experiment with my clothes through silhouette and through materials. You know, that's where I go crazy to me. And it's all within the specifications that make me happy. I don't
But
give a shit
also
if you like
think
it or not.
Where you are now versus where you were 5 years ago is a completely different thing.
Totally.
And then probably 5 years from now, you're going to go, well, and I experimented little by little at my own speed, and you should go at your own speed. I don't think you got to push yourself outside of it. You should just little by little be open to new experiences.
Yeah.
You know, in your way. And your way is going to look different than my way. It's going to look different than Cole's way. And that's great.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
great.
just doing their own thing, and we should all just be supportive and think everyone's cool because that's the reality, even when people are doing dumb shit.
Yeah. Even when you park in our loading zone.
Well, yeah, he's going to go to prison at some point for that, but
I said I wanted to slash
I got to set
tires.
aside bail money from the business in case he loses his mind. Okay, does that wrap up our hot takes?
That wraps up hot
Yeah,
takes.
that wraps it
Cool,
up.
fun.
And we're
Thank you for this.
at time, basically.
Okay, so what I
Wonderful.
was going to say, well, this will be part 1. Let's break down, move our cars, take a second, make another cup of coffee, come back, film part 2.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds good.
Right.
Is there specifications for part 2? Would you want to say that now
Well,
since
we
we're
were
here?
gonna do part 1, part 2, but we did hot takes on this. We still upcoming. We have pod questions, a ton of them, and then we've got personal rules.
Do we want to
People's
save
fashion
one of
rules.
these sections for Patreon?
Fashion rules might have to be a 2-parter. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure out what's a 2-parter. Something's gonna have to be a 2-parter. So
Yeah, something
we'll figure it out.
Okay.
we got a lot more episodes coming.
Yeah,
in
we're
this
just gonna
vein.
go through and
Yep.
film this. We got time today, so that's just
Yep.
what we're gonna do. So we're gonna sign off now.
See you in a
Thank you
minute.
for being here. You're gonna get part 2. Maybe part 3 goes to Patreon. We'll tell you.
Sweet.
Bye.